This is a guided meditation through the Anapanasati Sutta. Begin by just settling in. Just feel the body settle into the cushion, into the floor. And spell out our breath. Let's come to our breath. Notice the depth of the breath. Just pay attention. Follow the breath in. Follow the breath out. And the breath is probably fairly long. Get your breathing portion in and out. It's relatively short pauses between the in and the out breath. So just stay with the breath. Don't push it. Don't force it. Just notice the breath. And we'll be with this for a little while because it takes a while for the breath to settle and for the body to settle. And every now and again, as the breath settles, it'll spike, and the body will want a deeper breath. And that's okay, just let that happen. And what you can probably notice already is that the pause between the breath, the in-breath and the out-breath, and maybe the out-breath and the in-breath, is starting to open up a little. And the breath maybe feels a little deeper. Settling deeper into the body, moving down from the chest into the abdomen as well. And what naturally starts to happen is that the breaths get shorter. The breath cycle gets longer because the pauses get much longer. But if you notice, the breath is settled deeper into the body, and as it slows down, the breath itself gets shorter. And notice also that as the breath settles, the body settles. So bring attention and awareness of the body. And the background awareness, keep the focus still on the breath. You bring awareness to the body. And notice that it's already getting calm. It's already getting still. And you can experiment with the breath a little if you like, or you can just watch what happens. And as your breathing shifts, so does the energy in your body. This is the third step. Experiencing all the bodies. There are two bodies. There's the breath body and there's the flesh body. So fully notice them both. And notice that the breath body is affecting the flesh body as the breath body settles, slows down as the breaths become shorter. The body gets calmer. So we're going to move on to the fourth step, which is calming the bodies. And what we're going to do here is we're going to use the breath body to calm the flesh body. There are many ways of doing this, but we're going to start at the top of the head, top of the crown. Pay attention to the crown of the head and breathe out into the crown. As you breathe out, spread that over the scalp to calm the body. You may feel it energize a little in a calming kind of way, soothing way. Really experience it. Make sure you're feeling the scalp. Pay attention. Make sure you're really feeling the scalp and you're not feeling an idea of the scalp. Not imagining the scalp somewhere else in space or just in your head. Picture the scalp. And come down to the side to the ears. Breathe out where the right ear is, around the ears, and then into the ear itself. Now do the same with the left ears. And then to the forehead, breathe out, and forehead. Spread that breath across the whole forehead. And come down to the eyebrows. And then the space between the eyebrows. And imagine the breath like a thumb pressing in. This tension is held there. Use the breath to relax, really release the tension there, like a little massage. Breathe out across the eyebrows again. And then the temples. First the right side, and then the left. Now let's relax our eyes. Breathe out around the eye sockets, the flesh around the eyes, and into the eyeballs themselves, and then to all the muscles behind the eyes. At the bridge of the nose, and on down to the tip and the sides of the nose. And breathe into the nasal cavity. See if you can feel the top and the sides and the back of the nasal cavity. And then the floor, which is right where the nasal cavity is separated from the mouth. Now come out from there and breathe into the sockets where the mandible is held into the jaw, into the skull, jawbone, one side and then the other, right and left. Breathe into the joint, relax the joint, relax around the joint. Come forward along the jaw to the chin. Relax the chin. Now come down from the eyes down the cheeks. Relax the cheeks, the cheek muscles, deep into the cheek muscle, all the way into the mouth. And then the upper lip. And then the lips themselves. Drop down again to the chin and come back under the chin to the throat. And breathe up through the throat into the tongue, into the gums. Relax all energy in your, all tension in your face. Now relax the neck. Start at the back and come from the base of the skull, down the back, top of the back. Now come around the sides and relax the muscles, top to bottom, all the way around the neck. All the way around to the throat and the windpipe coming down to the chest. Spend a minute breathing deep into the neck to relax all the way into the heart of the neck. Now breathe into the shoulders. We'll start with the right and just into that space where the shoulder blade comes up against the neck. Imagine the breath like your thumb or an elbow. Press it down, easing the tension that we hold right in that gap. Should feel very good. Now breathe out across the top of the shoulder, from the neck across the top of the shoulder. Relaxing as you go. And then down the front and the back, the collarbone and the shoulder blade. And then inside, you'll relax the shoulder completely. Now do the other side, the left. Press in, press. Ooh, it feels good. And then across the top, and collarbone and the shoulder blade, and on into the heart at the shoulder. Now come back to the right side and into the shoulder joint. Relax the shoulder joint, all the ligaments, all the tendons, all around the joint. And then come down the arms. Start at the top, come down the triceps and the biceps. From the top of the arm down to the elbow. And as you come down the inside and the outside as well. And then the middle of the arm, the heart of the arm. Relaxing all the way down to the elbow. And the elbow joint. And the forearm. Top and bottom of the arm. As you do that, then you can come in and get the sides and the middle. All the way down to the wrist. Relax the wrist. Breathe out across the top of the hand and around the side, where little fingers are on the side to the ball of the hand. And breathe out into the little finger. Feel in the finger as you do it. The ring finger, middle finger. Come around the top of the hand. Breathe out into the index finger. And then coming up on the heel of the hand and then into the thumb. And now breathe out through the palm. And you can probably notice the palm feels open. Breathe in and out. You can breathe in and out through the palm. And just fairly quickly run down the arm from the shoulder, upper arm to the elbow, forearm, hand, fingers. Now we'll do the same with the left arm, shoulder, relax the joint, the tendons, ligaments. And then on down the arm, the upper arm, triceps, biceps, inside, outside, middle, down to the elbow, forearm, top of the hand, little finger, ring finger, middle finger, index finger, thumb. And breathe out through the palm. And run the breath down the arm one more time, feeling the whole arm as we go. Shoulder, breathing out through the upper arm, the elbow, forearm, and now come back to the shoulders, breathe out into the shoulders, just to reground ourselves in the body again. Feel your shoulders. And when you're in contact with the shoulders, let's extend from that down the sternum and breathe out across the chest, the right chest and the left chest. Now both sides together. Chest muscles and the muscles between the ribs. Now do the same on the back. Let's go down the spine to the back of the solar plexus. Then breathe out on the right side, shoulder on the top part of the back, the left side. Breathe out chest in the back and the whole chest cavity and the sides of the chest. Now come down the front, the groin area, and breathe out over the stomach area, right side, left side. Breathe out there a couple of times, really feel it, and relax the stomach area. If you have a hard time feeling it, you can put your hand on just to help you contact it. Now let's do the same on the back. Keep going down the spine, base of the spine. Breathe out the right side, lower right. Breathe out lower left. And breathing out into the whole lower part of the body. From the top, extending down to the floor, relaxing the diaphragm on the way, relaxing all the muscles, all the intestines. Breathe out into the heart, the center of the body, and get the sides, and we'll breathe out into the sides. Now let's breathe out into the base of the body. The large muscles in contact with the ground, perineum. Feeling the body and relaxing the body as we breathe out. Let's move on to the legs. So let's do the right leg. Breathe out into the hip joint. The head of the femur comes in. Complex array of ligaments, tendons, muscles. Breathe out into the joint and around the joint. Relaxing. Now come down the leg. Quadriceps and triceps, and then the sides. And then down to the knee. Breathe out into the knee and relax the knee. Now come down the shin, the front, the calf, sides and middle, down to the ankle. Relax the ankle. Now breathe into the top of the foot. Then breathe in the out, breathe out into the outside of the foot, outside edge of the foot. And now we're going to breathe out into the toes, one at a time. The little toe, and on up, one at a time. And breathe up to the inside, the instep, and breathe out into the big toe. And then breathe out into the heel, the center of the middle of the foot, the base of the foot. And like the palm of the hand, you can feel you breathe out, completely out through the sole of the foot, and breathe in through the sole of the foot. Let's move on to the left leg. The joint, the hip joint, all the tendons and ligaments and the muscles. The joint and the area surrounding the joint. Now the quadriceps and the triceps. Insert and outside of the thigh. From the center down to the knee. Relax the knee, breathe into the knee. And breathe out, come on down the calf and the shin. Inside and outside in the center of the lower portion of the leg. Relaxing, feeling and relaxing. Down to the ankle. Top of the foot. Outside the edge of the foot. And then the toes, one at a time. The little toe. And then the next toe. And the middle toe. And then the next toe. And then come around the inside edge of the foot, the instep, and the ball of the foot, and breathe out into the big toe. And now breathe out into the heel, and out into the sole of the foot. And let's pause here for a minute and just enjoy this relaxed body. Now we'll move on to the second technique, healing tones. First one is Sukha, joy, rapture. So we'll probably experience that as we were calm in the body, but let's bring it on again. So imagine that we're pouring a jar of warm oil over the top of the head. And use our breath to simulate that. So it comes over the crown of the head, breathing out into the crown of the head. It stimulates the crown of the head. A little bit of warmth, hot glowing. And the forehead, temples, the face, cheeks, jaw, really coming down the neck. Maybe a little tingling, a little warmth. To the shoulders. Let it spread out over the shoulders. And come down the arms, all the way to the palms. Check back in on the face and the head. Should still be feeling warm. You can breathe into them to keep them feeling it. And down through the body. Breathing out to help that sensation, that glow. And then down through the legs, both legs. Checking in the face, the head, the shoulders, body, legs. Feet. Head, face, shoulders, body, arms, legs, feet. Sukha and piti. Joy and rapture, and more pleasant, peaceful sensation. Both there together. Noticing the joy, stronger, louder. And as we just sit with this, the sukha, the joy and rapture starts to fade. And the pleasant sensation remains. And this is the sixth step, experiencing piti, or pleasure. Now we move on to the seventh step, experiencing citta shankara, the mind conditioning, the elements that condition the mind, that have a conditioning relationship with the mind. Piti and sukha that we've just experienced are among those. So let's not lose touch with those. Breath is among those actually. And we've been working with our breath, so we still have breath in our background awareness. Let's keep it there, pay attention to it. Also notice the sounds around you. What's coming through your eyes. If your eyes are mostly closed, there's a little bit of light, a little bit of something coming in. Sensation, your fingers touching, a little bit of breeze, clothes on your skin, a little bit of taste in the mouth maybe, residual taste from some time ago, or just a texture almost in the mouth. All the sense gates, gate activity of the senses, food and taste. Are they pleasant? Are they unpleasant? Or are they neutral? Just notice all of these elements are conditioning our mind. Step 8 is calming the Chitta Shankara. And this mostly happens on its own. As we stay still, as we keep the breath in mind, and use the breath to calm the body. As we stay concentrated, don't let ourselves get distracted by one of the noises, sensations. We naturally calm down. The Chitta Shankara naturally get quieter. If anything gets a little louder, let's go back to the body calming. We can start at the head and go all the way through calming the whole body, or we can do more focused calming. Breath, body conditions, flesh body, conditions, feeling tones. So letting the chakras subside, the intentional breathing to help them subside where we have to, when it's helpful. We can move on to step 9, which is experiencing the mind. So when we're relaxed and settled, we can actually notice the mind, which we don't normally have the opportunity to do. So let's just be present with our mind. Notice first if there's any greed, anger, or delusion present. Any desire, any reaching out, any clinging, any grasping. Not doing anything with that right now, just noticing the quality of the mind. Is there any aversion, any rejection, any anger? Is there any kind of dullness or lethargy or not knowingness? Anything where maybe we're a little absorbed, but it's opaque and fuzzy and really an illusion or some form of ignorance. Is the mind focused or is it distracted? Is it kind of an ordinary, normal quality of mind? Or is it a bright, a particularly lucid and exalted quality of mind? Which will sometimes show up at this point. Step 10 is gladdening. The mind is glad when sensations are pleasant, when it's satisfied, when it's not distracted, when it's engaged skillfully. So we can actually go back over the steps, the Anapanasati Sutta. And if we do this, present with the mind, it will gladden the mind. Just coming back simply to breathing, noticing the quality of the breath, noticing connection with the breath. Long breath, short breath, and noticing how that conditions the body. and noticing how we calm the body, how the body just feels very pleasant. And the qualities of sukha and piti. The quality of piti is probably still there to some degree. Very pleasant, very gladdening. Now we move into concentrating the mind. Step 11. And at this stage in our meditation, the mind's probably already somewhat concentrated. Tightening of that concentration will kind of happen naturally if we just stay with the breath, stay with where we are, stay present with the glad mind in the foreground, breath awareness in the background. And this concentration should be stable, should be alert, and it should be active. We're not trying to send the mind to sleep here. It's concentrating and making it sharp, very focused. Able to do the work as we continue with this meditation. So now to liberating the mind. Step 12. The mind is being gladdened and consecrated. But is it still holding on to anything? Is there anywhere where there's a sense of me, of I, of identity showing? Is there any clinging to sensual pleasures? If so, let's release that. Any clinging to habits and practices? Or the habits and practices that are actually with us in our meditation? Or that our mind is just bringing along? And if there are any, let's just gently release them. Don't create resistance by rejecting, but just gently release. And just refuse to tighten the hand of thought around it. Any views? Could be views about where we've been or where we're going with this meditation. Could be views about what the mind is. Could be views about views. Notice there's the ideation with a judgment. And let's let that go. Is there anywhere else where there's a sense of self, a sense of being? It could be very subtle. But if there is, just let that go too. And be alert to the hindrances. Anywhere where there's greed, where there's anger, sloth and torpor, restlessness and anxiety, or doubt, if any of those are present in the mind. Notice that and just step away from it. Gently step away. Don't remain engaged. Let it go. We move on to step 13, which is impermanence. And for this step, we'll go back over the 12 steps we've done so far and look at impermanence at each of those places. And we'll go deeper than impermanence. So we'll begin with the breath. Long breath, short breath, doesn't matter. Breath. In and out. In and out. Stopping, starting. Constantly changing. Never still, never steady. The definition of impermanence. And the texture of the breath is always changing, even within that. And at some point, the body that you're inhabiting will breathe its last breath, and there will be no more breath. That which we take to be the center of our being is totally impermanent. And it's also completely unsatisfactory, unreliable. Right now it's calm. But we know that with certain distractions it will get excited. There may be an object in the throat that causes coughing. The lungs may get infected and start wheezing, becoming very uncomfortable. Totally unreliable, unsatisfactory. And there's nothing in there at all that we can hold on to. Say, this is me. This is myself. This is what I am. The breath does not support this selfing. In fact, the breath is completely empty, empty of any form of essence, identity, anything that can be held on to. The breath is completely open. Can't happen in the body without it happening outside the body. Can't happen in the body without the whole history of the planet and the formation of the oxygen atmosphere 2 or 3 billion years ago. And the supernova that formed clouds of stardust out of which our solar system coalesced. The breath is completely empty in that it contains everything. Our breath actually touches into the nature of being, tattva, patata, suchness. Things as it is. Buddha nature, the awakened mind. Our body. Quickly look across the body. Remember, this was once a child's body, an infant's body. It has been sick, probably had broken bones. Different parts of it are failing. Impermanent. And unreliable, unsatisfactory. Nothing there that supports this selfing that we do. Nothing at all. No basis for allowing a sense of me to arise. Empty. Every atom was not part of this body 10 years ago. Every atom in this body came from that supernova. Every atom in this body has been around in some form or other since the Big Bang. The body contains everything, interconnected with everything. Is grounded in tattva. Feeling terms. First pleasant, then unpleasant. Not at the same time, just changing. And then neutral. And completely ungraspable. Completely impermanent. And completely unreliable. Nothing here of which we can say, this is me, this is myself, this is what I am. How can things that flip from pleasant to unpleasant and then to neutral be the basis for a self, and making them the basis for a self can only cause suffering? Like the breath and the body, feeling terms are also empty. They arise out of the very nature of being, very nature of the universe, Prakriti, suchness. And the mind, this liberated mind we've cultivated, is not going to stay liberated. We've cultivated peace, but it's not stable, it will change. Our mind is also impermanent, constantly changing. Totally unreliable. And nothing there to hold on to, nothing of which we can make a self. This impermanence and the quality of this impermanence bringing with it dukkha, unsatisfactoriness, reliability, non-self, emptiness, absolutely pervasive. And as we recognize the pervasiveness of impermanence, we move naturally into step 14, which is fading. Our interest in sense pleasures and things of which we can make an art, in our habits and our views. As we recognize how unsatisfactory all of these are, how they can't ground us, they just naturally become less attractive, naturally less desirable. And their holdiness loosens. And there's a general sense of fading. Which leads to step 50, cessation. And as we realize that there is no me in the center of this, there's no permanent I. We lose our fear of birth, of aging, death, because we realize there was nobody who was born. So how can there be anybody who dies? And there's nowhere really for this sickness to land. It's just a symptom of change, a symptom of impermanence. It's just something this body has to go through. So we lose our fear of sickness, old age and death, and of birth. Similarly, sorrow, lamentation, pain, grief, despair, depression, these become less scary. Because they have ultimately nowhere to land. Not denying they will happen, but recognizing that we know they are impermanent. We know they will happen. And we know they're empty. Cessation of craving and desire. No longer particularly interested or attracted to things that sensual pleasure or bring pleasure. No longer resistant to things that don't, or things that bring displeasure. No longer resistant to not getting what we want. And actually, cessation of the five aggregates of clinging, the five skandhas. All feeling, perception, mental formation, and even consciousness. We just examined the breath and the body and found them empty, unsatisfactory, non-self. We examined feeling tones and the mind, feeling, perception, mental formation of mind as is consciousness. And we found those impermanent, unsatisfactory, non-self, and empty. So as elements to cling to, elements to hold on to create a self out of, that comes to an end with this realization, this deep realization and understanding of emptiness. So with this cessation, we move into step 16, which is tossing back everything that comes up, everything. We can recognize it's not ours. We've been stealing it all along. We can just give it back. And we can move from this and with this into a state of just a meditation practice, just open awareness. Just simply being present. Noticing all the senses, all the sense experiences. Seeing, hearing, feeling. Not letting anything stick. Not holding on, not rejecting. Just being completely present with everything. with everything as non-me and yet as me. And with attention purely on the experiencing.